In the previous video, we saw how we can quickly change color of an object using the color replacement tool. In this tutorial, we are going to do something very similar, but we are going to use the replace color dialog instead. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to copy the background layer by pressing Command J on the keyboard, and then I will go to Image, Adjustments, and then Replace Color. So the first thing we need to do here is to pick the target color, the color that we want to change. So let's say that we wanted to change this color. You can click OK. So this creates a mask for us, and then by adjusting the fuzziness like this, we can actually control how far this adjustment will go, or to put it differently, whether we want to affect only this area or we want to affect these cyans throughout the image. Next, we need to also pick the resultant color. So if we click onto the result patch like this means that we want to change this cyan to this blue. We click OK, and then we may need to tweak this a little bit more, like this, until we match the two colors. Okay, so what you will notice now, if we turn the preview on and off, is that we have managed to change this bit, but all the blues and all the cyans throughout the image are affected. All colors that slightly overlap or that are close to the cyan that we selected. So the sky gets affected, this letter gets affected, etc. So what we can do is we can try to tweak the fuzziness like this, to tweak the mask that we have. And remember that in Photoshop, white reveals and black conceals. So whatever is white is going to show through, whatever is black is going to be masked off. Okay, so we can bring down the fuzziness like this, so that we now only affect this color. We are not affecting the sky much anymore, and we are not affecting this letter. So this result looks better. However, if we click OK and then zoom in like this, you can see that the result is not great. So then if we go to this area too, you see this. So it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. Okay, so what I would suggest, this is my take on this tool. Okay, so we'll copy the background once again, is to make a mask first. So I'm going to very quickly make a mask using a pen tool. Okay, and now that I have the path in place, I can right click and then say make selection, and I can feather this slightly by 0.3 pixels, for example, like this. And then I can create a mask on this layer, then select the layer itself, and then once again go to Image, Adjustments, Replace Color. So once again, I'm going to select this, I'm going to sample this color, click OK. But now I can just push the fuzziness all the way up so that this area is fully selected, so that I don't get those jagged lines like this. I can even push it all the way up like this. And then select the resultant color like this, click OK, and then tweak it. So I need to darken it slightly. Like this, for example, you click OK. And now when we zoom in, you can see that we get very clear and sharp edges. If this doesn't look completely clean, remember that you can click on the mask and then just feather this selection very slightly, maybe 1 or 2 pixels, depending on the resolution of the image, just to blend in the edge of your selection, so it's not totally sharp. Like this, and then if we zoom in, we can actually compare the two results. So this was the first one, and this was the second one. So I think the second one works much better. And if you're working on something very important, I would actually take the extra time to get it looking as good as possible.